Today's episode, I will be joined by the Jean Twins. They are upcoming content creators and just awesome individuals. It was definitely a pleasure speaking with these young ladies. Today's topic is confidence or lack thereof from a Black woman's perspective. I told y'all that it was going to get deep, and it's getting there. Hey loves, it's Ashley Angelina, your favorite host on the East Coast, and welcome back to Season 4, Episode 2 of Black, Bold, and Beautiful. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get you over to your episode. Enjoy! Hello guys, how are you?
Hi, we're good. How are you doing?
I am doing well. I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I'm excited about the topic. I hope you guys are excited.
We are. Super excited.
Now, before I get started, go ahead and give them your platforms where you can be reached as far as Instagram and your YouTube.
All right. So our YouTube channel is The Jean Twins. So TheJeantwins. Our Instagram joint page is also The Jean Twins. And then we have our separate pages. And Gina is the prettier half. And then I am Gerds and I am the cuter half. Those are our pages.
Awesome. And just give them a little background of yourselves as far as what you do, as far as the social media goes, and things of that nature.
Alrighty. So Spanish teacher. I teach kindergarten through 8th grade Spanish. And I start law school in just a few weeks. So I'm super duper excited for that.
Yay.
Thank you. I speak 4 languages, Haitian Creole, English, French, and Spanish.
Awesome.
Go ahead, Gina.
I'm Gina. I am currently an LPN. I'm going to school to continue my nursing degree literally Monday to continue my RN and hopefully go on to becoming a nurse practitioner. I am a nurse at a geriatric facility. I only speak 2 languages, unfortunately. Words deficient, apparently, compared to Gerds. We're from Haiti. We were raised in America, raised in Naples most of our lives. We just wanted to start a platform to show the world that no matter what obstacles that you've been through, you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. Whatever it is you want to become, there's nothing stopping you but you.
Right. We've gone through certain obstacles, such as I'm a DACA recipient, so I'm not a citizen of this country. My twin sister is a citizen of this country, and DACA is constantly on the chopping block by politicians. Currently, as of recent, the U.S. president tried to rescind DACA again for like the 2nd or 3rd time. Gosh, man, give it a break. And then Gina through a lot of her health issues, such as she was born with a congenital heart disorder called tricuspid atresia, which developed into near cardiogenic syncope. So our platform is all about you can do the impossible. You can do whatever you never thought you could do. That's really important to us because we had immigrant parents that sacrificed so much that we can become our ancestors' wildest dreams.
Wow.
Our birth mom, when we were 8, we saw her get taken away from us. And unfortunately, Gertz has never seen her since 8 years old.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's okay. And our dad was brutally murdered, our birth father. We were luckily adopted by 2 amazing Haitian parents, so we're happy about that.
Yes.
That's a blessing.
Absolutely.
That's a little bit about us.
On a happier note, because so important to us, we're looking for ways to try to bring more health awareness to the Black community and just to all communities in general. So every Wednesday we have Workout Wednesday, and it's going to be on IG Live. It's going to be on our Twins Instagram page at 7 o'clock in the morning on the Jean Twins page. Yep, with a personal trainer friend of mine called Jamila McCurry. So her page is called jamila.mcmurray.fit, and she has this business called the Diamond Mind Empire. So we're going to be doing workouts, and it's going to be workouts for anybody, men, women, but we're really trying to focus on Black women and focusing on really bringing health to women of color, especially with all that's happening right now with COVID and just knowing that we have a lot of health disparities, such as with diabetes and hypertension, and the list goes on and on.
Well, first off, I want to send out my deepest condolences to you guys on your father.
That's okay.
I know that had to be really tough, and I just commend you for your strength that you have to just keep pushing forward. So I did want to take time out and just, my heart is with you guys.
Thank you, Ashley.
No problem at all.
So we've worked on healing since then.
Absolutely. That is definitely very important. Now, the topic today is one that is very near and dear to my heart, which is confidence or lack thereof from a Black woman's perspective. And I feel like it's a subject that's not really touched on.
Right.
A lot of people may not admit it, but I feel like at one point we all lack confidence somewhere. Even if that means we regained it, some people have not regained it, but I feel like at some point as a Black woman, you lose confidence in whatever area it may be. And it's not a bad thing, but I just want to take time and talk about it and let, other Black women know that, hey, it's okay. You're not the only one. And this is how we moved on. Maybe that can help you.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So do you all feel that you have confidence or that you lack confidence, and why?
I'll let you go first, Gina.
Growing up, I definitely did lack confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, Haitians were always downed upon. So, and being immigrant, being Haitian, and then also being a woman, period. No matter how smart you were, you're just thought of, oh, you're the smart Black girl. Why can't I just be a smart girl? Or if they're going to say, oh, she's that pretty Black girl, why can't you just say I'm the pretty girl?
Yeah.
I always felt I was sort of walking in my twin shadow, because being twin, it's hard to see the difference in each other. Everyone thinks of you as Gertrude and Gina, or the twins, never Gertz or Gina. Now I've gained confidence, but sometimes I do lose it. Being in the healthcare field, there's not enough minorities in the healthcare field. Luckily, in my facility, I'm working with 2 men and 3 of us are women, so we overpower the men. However, however, I feel my Caucasian coworkers, they get more respect than I do, or they're heard more than I am.
Right.
For example, I've been telling my boss for quite some time, the workload is too much. This is how we can make it even, how we can make it balanced. And he wasn't listening, to the point where I literally had to go PRN at my job and go to another job full time. And he was just like, oh my gosh, I can't lose this nurse. So he was like, okay, you know what? Let me decrease the workload. Why did they have to take me going to another job?
Right.
Then I came back and I love my job. For example, if my Caucasian coworker says, we should change this up, it gets changed up the next day. And I've been complaining about that for a year now. What?
Yeah.
For example, the natural hairstyle in the work field is downed upon. They're like, oh, your hair looks interesting. Like, excuse me? If I wear my natural hair, they don't really compliment it. It makes me feel insecure about it, where I try to be natural as much as possible. I'm not allowed to wear head wraps, and if I'm having a bad hair day, I could just throw a head wrap on. But in my job, I'm not allowed to. But for my Caucasian coworkers, where they just wake up and their hair's done. That hair for them is a cute last
sloppy bun.
That hair for me is the crazy chick look.
Yeah.
In the workforce, it's easy for Black women to lose confidence. Growing up, it's easy for us to lose confidence because we don't see enough people like us on screens. Now, when we are confident, we're seen as the angry Black woman, when that's not the case. We're just affirmative. We're just bound to our beliefs. We're just bound to our perspectives and our views. And we don't always have to be an angry Black woman. We could just be a woman who is strong and confident with a strong head on her shoulders. But no, that's not how we're seen. Then the culture aspect, where I feel like Black men don't protect Black women enough. So we lose confidence because they're quick to stand behind Latina women, especially Caucasian women. They're like, oh, a Black girl speaks too much. I need a girl not going to talk back to me.
Yeah.
But we're the ones advocating behind them day in and day out, but we don't get any advocation.
Yeah.
We're not looked at as beautiful as the other women. It's also easy to lose confidence as a Black woman when you see stars such as the Kardashians wearing box braids, and when they wear it, it's, oh, that's so cute. They can bring it in an interview, but if we bring it to an interview, it's seen as ghetto.
Right.
But I'll let Gary speak on that. I feel like I just spoke too much on the subject. Like, oh gosh.
You're fine. Do you feel that you have confidence or that you lack it, and why?
I think both. Sometimes I feel like I'm super confident. Sometimes I feel like I lack it. I don't know when there's a balance. Sometimes I feel like, oh, I'm conceited. Other times I feel like, oh, like this is not my day.
Right.
There's a lot of different factors that weigh into it. I lack confidence recently with my sexuality. I am still a virgin. I feel like it's hard to have that talk with someone unless I find someone who's exactly like me. Growing up, I always was taught, date Christian men. You want to find a Christian man, a man who will wait for you till marriage. Well, that's interesting because when I moved to Kentucky for college and I moved to Cincinnati, Ohio to teach, the Christians were white.
Right,
it's hard for me to find Black Christian men. We're already a minority in America. And
right.
We're even a larger minority within Christian America. So I have like a few different options to choose from. I have 3 men at my church I can date. And then the 2 of them are already with white girls. And then the other one, I think is low gay, to be honest. So I'm like,
oh God.
Yeah. That's the thing I struggle with a lot. So oftentimes I find myself dating men who might not be as strong in their faith as I am, or people that are but don't have like the same beliefs that I have sexually. How do you have that talk with the person that you're with? How do you discuss that? How do you bring that up? You bring it up in the first date? You bring it up at the an engagement? Like you drop the bomb right then and there? Obviously not. So it's not been struggling with a lot, thinking about exactly what does that mean to me, and I guess my reasons for it. I don't know. Thinking long and hard about that. So that's one area in which I've felt I've lacked confidence in lately. And I think part of it is because people start having their judgments about me before they even get to know me because of that. They're like, "Oh, you're prude. You don't want to go out and party. You don't want to drink." I'm like, "What you mean? I'm lightweight, but I can definitely drink my behind off." I don't think that because I'm having like had sex that I'm not gonna drink. Like, come on now. People have like these certain perceptions of me. I'm like, what? Why? Or girls will be like, I'm judging. Like, "Oh, we didn't know you're this outgoing. That you're this cool and this nice." And so I'm like, so you thought because I didn't want to sleep with that man that I was cool with you? I'm confused.
Right.
What?
Right.
These
I'm
things,
confused.
work together. Like, how do these
Help me understand.
Right, is that your man? If that's not your man, what's the concern? Like, what's the problem? Okay, like, if that's your man, you'd be even happier. I'm not trying to sleep with your man. Girl, keep me around. So,
yeah.
I don't know. So, and I think something I've struggled with recently was how to this with my boo last night. Well, I feel like when I express how I feel, when I communicate, it can come off as mean and aggressive and rude. I come off as Annalise Keating from How to Get Away with Murder, who is my idol. I love me Viola Davis and I love me some Annalise Keating.
Or like Gabrielle Union from used to have this show on BT. I don't know if she still has it.
Mary Jane.
Yes, as a newscast anchor, they always seen her as the angry black woman. They were just so derogative towards her. They were taken in such a passive way.
Yeah.
Makes me a little weird. How do I move in the workforce? Right now, I'm transitioning. I resigned from my Spanish teaching position, and I'm transitioning to a job that works more into my field because I'm starting law school in a job that is more law related and criminal justice related and things like that. How do I move in the workforce? I'm a smiley, happy person. Because I'm a smiley, happy person, people are like, "Oh my God, I guess they're not used to a black girl being happy."
So
I'm like,
nice
I guess I'm not supposed to love my life. I'm not sure. So it kind of puzzles me sometimes. But if I'm smiley and I'm happy, people think I'm just so nice they can take advantage and just treat me how I'm in the workplace. But then I have to put my foot down and be a little bit more firm, assertive, whatever, authoritative. It's hard to find that balance. I'm not really confident all the time in the workplace. But when I am authoritative, when I am assertive, when I am direct and I put my foot down, I'm firm, then I'm rude, I'm angry, and people just don't listen to me. Okay, so with my coworkers, I have a teaching team. When I was teaching, they always just cut me off. And I was like, "What? I know I was just talking." And I really have the same question that she just asked, but y'all didn't wait for me to finish asking the question. I just question. I'm so confused. I don't get it. It could have been because I'm a young and black woman. Who knows? But if I say something about it, then am I angry? I don't know. So
confrontational.
Yeah. Right. And I'm not even a confrontational person. I really am not. And I hate confrontation. My best friend will tell you that. She's like, I need to be more direct, assertive with the things that I care for, things that really bother me. I just kind of let things slide, whatever. And then I'm going to lash out and just cut people off. It's not a good system, obviously, but yeah. I think I lack confidence sometimes with the whole virginity thing because when I talk about people think I'm trying to glow. They think I'm trying to seem amazing. They think I'm trying to seem like this dainty, fine, beautiful, perfect
put them
woman.
down,
If I put a post, I just slept with somebody, then it's funny and it's cute. And I think it's funny, it's cute too. And I like that post too. But if I put a post like I'm waiting for marriage, you'd be like, ooh, like, like she's just, I feel like people hate on Aisha Curry. And I haven't really why they hit on Aisha Curry, but I feel like even I'm thinking they hit on her for it. So it's weird. But I think also looks as a black woman, we all want those white noses. Let's keep it real. Sometimes we want black lips. I think we want the perfect combination of a black and white woman put together. It's supposed to be seen as like the perfect woman to society. You want that white thin nose that's contoured perfectly, but you want those high cheekbones, like African features, but you also want those full, thick black lips, but then you want the straight hair. It's hard to find that balance. And I feel like I love wearing my afro and I love my little pigtails. The maintenance is difficult, but also I feel like people treat me different. Like if my hair is straight down and I'm wearing a wig, I feel like guys will hit on me more. Different type of guy that'll hit on me. I feel like I get hit on by more doctors, lawyers, and that's when my hair was sleeved down. But I love wearing my afro. When I was wearing my afro, it was somebody who had like a normal job, somebody who's like a trucker that hit on me, which is fine either way, but I don't want my hair to define who I'm picking up or who's attracted to.
My dating life.
You're right. So then I'm just still struggling with and trying to find a balance with. And I just went on a rant, so I apologize.
Totally fine. That is what this is for. So I would say for myself, my confidence I lack in is probably just my body. Like I feel like I'm not fat, but I'm not skinny. Right. And I'm content with my weight. I just want to lose my gut. Like, I'm good with my butt, I'm good with my breasts, I'm good with all that. I just want to lose my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I would say I lack confidence. But I am confident in all other areas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so yeah, I'm confident in all those other areas. It's just my stomach's just like, ooh, child. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. If we could just slim you down a little bit, you know, I don't want to break no ribs or nothing. If we can suck it in a few inches, I'll be content with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Not getting out the house as much. I know all I do is just eat.
Mm-hmm. I think about my body sometimes. I feel like everyone's idolizing and celebrating a thicker woman. I think that's beautiful. I think that's amazing. But I just wish there was like a balance. I mean, like I feel like before people love like the thin look, you know, like the Barbie look, and like they look the Rihanna more like the Tyra Banks look, right? But now the Nicki Minaj, the K Michelle, the previous K Michelle look. So I feel like there's never a balance where we celebrate all shapes. I'm a smaller woman, but I feel like people will say to me. I really had a man say to me that before that I looked anorexic. A man who I was dating, I'm like, what? Huh?
Wow.
Who are you talking to? Because I will go off. What?
Right.
It's hard for me to gain weight. I don't gain weight easily. I'm confident in my body. I love my body, but society doesn't want me to. People don't like, oh, girls, you can work on this, you can work on that. And I'm like, But I feel like we all want the ideal image. And I feel like I want to be like that. Who has wide hips, big boobs.
Body.
Right. But no weight. See what I mean? But I want all legs too. I want to be Breonna. That's what I want. That's what I want. But I'm like, why can't I just be Zendaya? Everybody still loves Zendaya. Like, why can't I be Zendaya? Or why can't I be Yara Shahidi? Everyone still loves her. Maybe I just need to be an actress. I think they just like actresses. I just become an actress. It might be what it is. That's
probably the problem right there. You ain't no actress. That's it.
Yeah, that's what I learned all throughout quarantine. I took one lesson from it: become an actress.
That's it. That's the answer. Now, what would be your advice to another Black woman to help her regain confidence?
That's a good question.
I would tell her that you are perfect just the way you are, because everyone in the world wants your looks. Everyone in the world wants your hair. They want their hair to be as versatile as your hair. They want their lips to be just as big as your lips.
They tend to be
just as dark as yours. Even though they're gonna put you down for your looks, but they not secretly, outwardly want your looks. They money for what you have for free. So your body is perfect, your skin is perfect, your face is perfect, just the way it is.
Yeah. They and I that was something that at one point I had to tell myself, because I found myself comparing myself to other women, and it's just like, girl, listen, girl, them lips, people pay for that. These thick eyebrows, they draw them on. Them long eyelashes, they pay for them minks, and you got that for free.
Exactly. With colorism, growing up, being a Black woman, you're seen as more beautiful if you're light skinned, not if you're dark skinned. So it would be like, oh, you know, you got darker, you know, too long, or you, or like, you know, use this cream, and I'm just like, but no, I love my skin, but it still makes me, even to this day, a little conscious about my skin, because I'm just like, darn, because even when I was putting on makeup today, I'm just like, oh crap, which bottle should I use? Because I have multiple shades of bottles of foundation, because some days I'm darker, some days I'm lighter. I'm like, darn, man, I shouldn't have stayed in the sun that long. I'm just like, girl, should we wear hats today? And I'm just like, no, don't wear your hat, wear your head wrap. I feel more comfortable when I'm in my head wrap, but I don't feel as comfortable when I'm darker. But I need to remind myself that, why don't I feel comfortable when I'm darker? Because you're kissed by the sun. Yeah. Natural glow, that's natural melanin. And people are literally paying to be tan. People are doing blackface where they want our looks.
Right. And believe it or not, I know we were talking about celebrities and stuff like that, but there's a lot of celebrities that lack confidence. Yeah. And in fact, you saying about being of the darker shade, Kelly Rowland was somebody who lacked confidence because she was a darker girl.
I didn't know that.
And yeah, she lacked confidence about being dark, and Beyonce lacked confidence about her feet. And her feet, I want to say her feet and her wrist, or her feet and her ankles, one of the two.
Her feet.
But yeah. And there's an article talking all about it, and she accessorizes around it, I guess, you know, so that it's not noticeable. Whatever she feels the flaw is, she doesn't want to draw attention to it, type stuff. I don't know, but I read an article about both of those. And Kelly Rowland, the reason that she gained her confidence about being a darker girl was Beyonce's mom sat down and talked with her. It was like, you know, you're beautiful no matter what shade you are. You know, Beyonce's beautiful because she's a beautiful red girl, and you're a beautiful Black girl. Like, she's not prettier than you because she's light skinned and you're dark. You know, you're beautiful. you're a beautiful dark girl, and you live in that, and be confident in that. That's where she gained her confidence back. So when you talk about, the different shades of black, sometimes I feel like at one point I did see where light-skinned women had it better than dark-skinned women, but that dark skin is starting to come back into popular demand. So
God bless Tina Knowles. She's something else. Go Tina. Okay, so this is gonna be a weird story. It might sound like a stupid story, but honestly, like growing up, I always thought I was light. Like our adopted mom would always call me like the lighter twin. So I thought I was light, but I was only compared to my twin sister. And now I look at it, our skin tones are really not that different.
Right.
But people were like, well, you are what you believe. Like you believe what you are. Whatever. Believe what people,
right.
Especially if you hear it for long enough. Especially if you hear it for 18 years, then leave the house and like, wait, what? I thought I was light skinned this whole time.
Lighter than me,
Right.
Right.
Or like, so like when I went, so like I remember I used to do track and cross country, and I used to wear hats whenever I was trying to run, just so I wouldn't get too dark. There'd be comments like, "Oh, girls, you got a lot darker since you've been running, so make sure you wear a hat when you run." When I went to college,
my friend, she was like, "You're really not light skinned." She's like, "You're not dark, but you're not light skinned." I'm just like, "What?" And I felt so like, "Wait, why am I offended to hear that?"
Yeah,
that's fine, I don't have to be light skinned. It's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would have ever realized it until like she honestly said it my freshman year, and I felt so dumb for so long. Why does it even matter? What is the issue? Why did my brain make it a big deal?
As Black women, it's forced into us from the day we're born. When the baby's born, it's like, oh my God, the baby's so light, the baby's so red. It's gonna take after their mother. It's gonna take after their father. You'll say split comments. If the mother's light skinned, well, hopefully the baby takes after you. That shouldn't matter. It's just enforced in us since the day we're born. It enforced in Black women since the day we're born. Where you were talking about the celebrities that they lose confidence sometimes. So many celebrities out here, they're getting lipo tucks. I don't even know how to call it. Liposuctions, nip tucks, small waist and that big butt, where it's harming them. Or if they don't want to take it off, it ends up harming them. And when they do take it off, they're made fun of. They're made fun of because they have no booty, so they get a booty. Then the booty, I don't know, either
lopsided, growling, right?
It's not good for them. It ends up doing more harm than good. They had to remove it, and they're made fun of because of that. So you can never win. Even if you're the biggest celebrity out there, even if you're Beyonce, there's always going to be something that you're going to be not happy with, because part of human nature. Unfortunately, we're not always happy all the time.
But I think the message to Black girls is surround yourself with people who you want to be like, right? People who are confident. You want more confidence, put yourself around confident people. It helps. Their energy will exuberate off of you, start to emulate you, just like naturally start to become like that. You just start to love yourself more when you have people who love themselves. Or people who can't stand themselves, who complain all the time about what they need to do, or think about who they are and like what their issues are, and like who just have this Debbie Downer look on life and are just always Eeyore. Then you're gonna become like that too. In a way, it's like birds in the feather flock together. In a way, you are who you hang out with. Like I forgot what the quote was. I think it was a Spanish proverb that said, "Tell me who you hang out with, and I'll tell you who you are."
Yeah.
Right.
And it is true. When we were younger, we didn't understand that. We're raised in a Christian household. Thank God for that. We had this friend growing up where she didn't always run with the best crowd. It happens.
Yeah.
Dad was just like, I don't think you guys should hang with her. And we're just like, why not, Dad? You're just being a hater. We realized that, okay, she wasn't focusing on school. She'd always be focused on goals, too.
Right.
She just wasn't goal-oriented. And our dad was like, she's not goal-oriented. And we refused to listen to him. And so, okay, we understand. College is not for everyone. But whether or not you want to succeed with school, you just always have to succeed with something. It has to be the path of school. It just has to be the path of something. This is right. You're looking forward to this. Is something that you have your eye on. You're going to set your eye on it. You're going to go for it. All her friends were not going for anything. And we realized afterwards, we're like, wow, we're going to different paths of life. If we kept hanging with her, we would have been less goal-oriented. They say that if you want to become, you have to read about millionaires, you have to research millionaires, and you have to hang with millionaires.
Right. Right, absolutely. Now, as a Black woman, where do you feel that most women lose their confidence? Like, what do you think causes a lot of Black women to lose their confidence?
Men. Honestly, I believe that it's men. I think half the times in my life when I felt the least confident, and it's around men. It's mostly around Black men. So I'm not saying this to bash Black men in no way, shape, or form. I love Black men, and I commend Black men.
Love.
I'm a big advocate for Black love, even though I've dabbled in other shades of ice cream before. I will say that. I like this guy in high school. I know this is high school, but it happens. It kind of shapes who you are. I told him about me being a virgin. He's like, and then this other girl, and I'm like, Oh, okay. You think you
Right.
I see what you're doing. I'm gonna date your friend then. Just kidding. I'm gonna date your brother. Your daddy not gonna date. Okay, just kidding. That's what I wanted to do. He just wanted to date her because everyone talked about her about how she slept with people, things like that. So he felt like, okay, but my to be with the girl who I know for sure is going to be with me. I was like, you can just kept it real with me and said that you weren't okay with that, and that would have been fine. You just communicate, man. Dang.
Yeah.
But that had like really bugged me in high school. But he came at DMs the other day, and I was like, leave him on red, block.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
I think my breakup I had in college, where I kind of lost confidence in my self-worth, which is not okay at all. I started comparing myself to my friends and thinking, oh my God, look at them in these beautiful relationships. Oh my gosh, they're engaged, they're married, their man will love them to fight whatever happened in their past. I feel like I did everything right. And where's the reward? What's to show for you? Looking at statistics will F you up. You will go down a bottomless pit, like a dark path looking at statistics. Don't watch the news sometimes. I'm going to keep it real, for real. I was looking up statistics about women. That women are the most single demographic in America. And of course, I already knew that. But I was like, I don't need no reminders right now. This is the perfect time for me to be reminded about this. Why now? And it was about how most of us, we don't get married until a later age. So we have fertility issues because of it and sterilization issues. I'm like, wait, what? Most colleges are predominantly white institutions, so my college was mostly white. Some of my friends that were white, but they're the ones getting married and getting engaged, and their men are doing fast engagements too, like 5 months. I was like, dang. I know somebody be talking to a dude for a while. I'm like, dang, 5 months you already married? Like, girl, what did you do? And I was like, oh, they're white. I get it. So, okay, never mind. I'm not gonna compete with that. It's okay. No, I'm already balling. Black is king. But
Right.
I feel like men have a lot to do with it. And I think about a recent breakup that I have. Damn, it seems like I did a lot of people, different stages of my life. So I was so much better than this man, girl. I'm telling you. Oh my gosh. So I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but it's not when you look back, like, what was I thinking? What convinced me to do this? Oh my God, what was the sign? But then I think, like, wait, there was a billion signs. I was like a clown. Oh my God, it was horrible. Well, I have 2 bachelor's degrees in peace and social justice and Spanish studies. I speak 4 languages. I have 4 retirement accounts. I'm not trying to brag. This man, his life was not together. And everyone goes through a hard time, but I'm like, you just had a hard life. It's been 28 years, 30 years. I'm like, dang, you still have the same hard time you had when you was 5. I don't get what's going on now.
Wait a minute.
At this point, you know, I need to reevaluate something. At this point, it's me. If I'm still sticking around with you, what's wrong with me?
Right.
Wait, so you mean to tell me you in debt, but what you in debt from? It's like you finished school, so what you in debt from?
Yeah.
You did a semester, you still in debt from that semester 5 years ago? I don't get it. And it's not like it was Harvard, it was community school, but you still in debt from that, what, 5,000? That's a pug. Why you in debt? Behind on child support. It was just, girl's a hot mess. I don't know what I was thinking.
Too much.
God delivered from that situation, girl. And he went off and he married a white girl. I'm telling you. And then the white girl calling me talking about, oh my God, you stole my man. I was like, huh? I didn't know you.
Right.
He was your man. Girl, he's not enough for me. I wouldn't have shared him. He was even enough for me by himself. What do you mean? Like, stop. You gonna have your white girl attacking me now? I can't with this.
Beyond
So,
me.
a lot of times when I lack confidence is because of men. I'm at a better place now where I'm like, never again. Ooh,
Right.
never.
I agree with Gertz in that aspect. I'm a huge believer in childhood traumas that it can affect your life until the day you're dead, literally, because unfortunately a lot of Black fathers are absent. Whether it's prison where it wasn't their fault or, God forbid, they end up getting brutally murdered like ours. We did have an adoptive father and he's great, don't get me wrong, but we still needed that love from our birth father where when he was alive, he wasn't really there.
He was like out there when he
was in and out, came to the house to see us, and then came for a few days, and he was gone. I think, unfortunately, because of systemic racism, so a lot of the time it happens in the household, and it's not the father's fault. However, because of systemic racism, it targets Black men, and Black men can't be there for their Black children. They can't be there for their son. They can't be there for their daughters, especially their daughters. A lot of women will say that I can be both the man and the woman for my kid. Yes, you can, but fathers are still important because fathers are the ones that will show you how you need to be treated. And statistically, a lot of us marry their fathers. So, God forbid, if someone has an abusive father, they're going to marry someone who's abusive, whether they knew it when they were dating. In the end stage, the person is abusive. They had an alcoholic father. They end up repeating the cycle.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's where Black women lose confidence and that's where Black women lose love. It's just men, period, whether it has to do with fathers, dating relationships, even friends.
Right. Yeah, definitely. I feel as though, as far as where a lot of Black women lose confidence, first off, I feel like you said, men do play a part in that. But I also feel that oftentimes as Black women, we compare ourselves to other Black women.
Yes.
You know, like, because of their body types, because of their skin complexion, because of, you know, the type of hair they have, because of the color their eyes are, because of the lifestyle they may live, because of, you know, the children they may have, or you know, the career they may have, and all of this, and you compare yourself and you feel like you're nothing. But I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, we're not in competition. We're all black queens, you know? And at the end of the day, you know, whether I feel like you're doing better or worse than me, I'm always going to uplift you. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I want for my black sisters, to be uplifted, because we already have 100 other things that, you know, tamper with our confidence. 100 other things that, you know, make us feel less than. You know, you feel you have to act a certain way at work, because if not, then you're, you know, defiant, or you're unruly, or you're ghetto, or you're loud, or you're ratchet, or you're angry. So you have to act a certain way at work, you know. So when you act outside of those things, or you become those things, now you are made to feel like you're less than, or, you know, you're not good enough, or you don't fit in with that crowd or with that job. So I feel like we, you know, definitely sometimes can compare ourselves to other people. And I think that's where a lot of confidence gets lost. And it's just like, but sis, why? Just get out and do your thing. Worry about you. Help who you can help, and keep it moving.
Yeah, I think that's true. I have this coworker who she has amazing, beautiful hair, almost reaches to her butt, and it's 3C. I don't know, 3C, 3A. I don't know the specific type, but it's really
One of them C's.
yeah, you know, one of the one, you know, one of them C's, but it's not like a 4C. It looks, I guess, sort of like Hispanic hair or like curly white hair. She says it's not easy to maintain. However, sometimes I feel myself like, damn, if only I had her hair type, I wouldn't have to worry about taking hours with my baby hairs. I wouldn't have to worry about my hair not going slicked down.
Right.
Beautiful, but then I had to remember that kinky hair is beautiful too.
Right. And in that aspect, a lot of times we compare ourselves to people, and, you know, kind of lose confidence over what other people have, and those people don't even like what they have. They may look at you and feel like, dang, I wish my hair was like that. You know what I'm saying? Or the very thing that you lack confidence in, they like, dang, I wish I could have XYZ like her. But, you know, so I think it's important that, you know, that we don't compare ourselves to each other, and that also that we don't allow, you know, these men to tap into our confidence, or give them so much power where it starts to diminish our confidence.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So
I think that we have to remember that we're not in competition with anyone but ourselves.
right, you're your biggest competitor.
Oh yes, you're your biggest enemy. So if we allow the other ladies that we're in invisible competition to tear us down, we're just tearing ourselves down.
Right. Now, in your own perspective, why do you feel that confidence should be a key factor for Black women?
I think that it should be a key factor for Black women because we have so many things telling us that we're not good enough.
Yeah, I think it's necessary. It's pertinent.
Yeah.
If we don't have it, then we're just not going to make it.
Then we won't know who we are. Statistically, Black women are the most educated in America. I was so happy. I was like, yes, we're the bomb. We're the bomb.com.
Right.
It's like
melanated magic.
Right? Yes. People like Meg Thee Stallion, all these rappers, people wouldn't think because they're rappers or whatever, they have degrees. I'm just like, okay, all right. As Black women, as Black people, period, we have to remind ourselves that we are good enough. I think the confidence will remind us that because we have so many things telling us that we're not.
Right.
And I think the key thing is thinking about generational blessings instead of generational curses. Children see what they see and believe what they hear. If you grow up in a household where your mom is never comfortable with her weight, chances are you're going to grow up never being comfortable with your weight.
Right.
We grew up in a household where our adopted mom, she's light. So we struggle, especially because our birth mom is darker. For me, I was like, you know what? Am I not my adopted mom's child because I don't look like her already and I'm not as light as her? Like, part of me also want to be dark. I want to feel like my birth mom's daughter too. So it's just weird. If you grow up in a house where your mom has issues with men, you're going to have issues with men yourself. You start to see and you start to become it. So I think with my daughters, like whenever I have children, when I'm looking in the mirror, oh my gosh, like my butt is not big enough. Why am I so skinny? My man's going to call me interested. I need to watch her because I'm like, she's going to pick up the same things I'm saying. Oh, yeah. Call myself bald headed. She's gonna start thinking that she's bald headed too, because she came from me, she looked just like me. So if I don't want her to say those things, I need to start thinking, what am I saying? Is it my fault that she's saying those things? And we need to start raising the next generation of queens. So we start thinking like, well, we need to start acting like queens ourselves, so we can raise them to be what we want to be ourselves.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
Beyonce has her daughter in her music videos, especially in the videos that celebrate blackness.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
beautiful because people used to always make fun of Blue's hair. Oh, why is her hair not done? That's not okay. She's a little girl. She should not have to go through that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Go through people telling her she's not good enough. And
Yeah.
I'm so happy that Beyonce's like, you know what, baby? Yes, you are good enough. I'm going to celebrate your blackness every way I can.
Right. Yeah. And they talking about her hair, but let's talk about their bank accounts because hers probably way smaller than theirs. But I ain't gonna go there. But I'm just saying.
I'm happy that Blue signed with women like Tina, Kelly, and Beyonce. There's a lot of women who are so proud of who they are and really, really believe that black is king. So she can
Exactly.
believe in that as well.
Exactly. Solange, she wore her natural hair for her wedding. I was just like, oh my God, that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
You don't see that a lot. I think she wore an afro for her wedding. I was just like, oh, yes.
That's what I wore for my wedding was an afro. It was an afro, but it was pinned up into like a fro hawk.
Okay.
Perfect. People can say, oh, that's not professional. No, it's amazingly beautiful. Hair texture is different because I had perm, but I no longer have perm and I'm transitioning. The roots are more kinky and the ends are more straight. And
Mm-hmm.
put my hair half up, half down. And my boss, he's Cuban and Portuguese, but he was like, that's an interesting look. What does he mean by interesting look? It's either nice or not. If it's not nice, then don't say anything.
Right.
I already felt self-conscious about my hair because saying, here's my other coworker who has racy hair, and I'm just like, great. Then there's another one who she has 4C hair, but it's like pulled into a beautiful bun, and I'm just like, oh, great.
Now, how would you identify a black woman who has confidence? So how would you, just being in a crowd, looking at a black woman saying, I know that she's confident, what would make you make that judgment?
Head up, a woman with her head up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You gotta fake it till you make it. Even if you're not confident, or for example, even if you're not confident, you pretend you're confident, and eventually you'll be confident.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the way you appear to people. So I think it has a lot to do with speech and just body language, and posture has something to do with this. When you walk with your head straight, walk with your head up. I don't care if you think you're stuck up. Look straight. When you talk to people, look at them straight in the eye. Have eye contact.
Do not intimidate it because they're not intimidating.
Yeah, don't feel weak. Especially I think we do that a lot when we speak to men or just older men, white men, tall men, people who are bosses to us, or I guess or execs, whatever. And walking with swiftness, like we have purpose, and walking like you have somewhere to go. You're not just dilly dallying. People also like, Guardy walks so fast. I'm like, I got things to do.
Right.
They're not sitting around here chilling with you.
Right.
Let's go. So move fast. Of not being afraid to speak, certain things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think also with culture, because growing up and being of the Haitian culture, we're always told to respect our elders, where, you know, we had to look down when we're looking at our elders. And that's not a bad thing. When we speak to our parents, we have to speak to them in a respectful tone, but we're told to not look at them in the eye. But if you don't look at your boss in the eye, they're going to think, especially because in America, your boss is most likely going to be a white man. And they're going to think, oh, I can run over her, I can say whatever I want to her because she's not the level I'm at.
Yeah.
No, it's like I'm going to look at you in your eye because I'm confident enough to know that I'm at your level, even though I'm not your level financially, salary-wise, but I'm at your level.
Standing up straight. I think posture has something to do with it, too.
I have the posture, so.
Definitely. I've definitely learned you have to be it until you believe it. Once you believe it, that's it.
Right, yeah, because I started wearing my hair natural like in high school, and I was one of the only girls in high school with my hair natural. I was wearing head wrap sometimes. It took me a long time to become confident. I was confident with my natural hair. After I started like wearing it more and become confident with it, wearing it for years, it's like people are like, oh my God, I love your natural hair. Things like, oh, now y'all like it? Because I liked this a long time ago. What was y'all waiting for? So I think you make it. You can start to do it and you start to become.
Yeah, definitely. Now, the last question for you guys. What does black, bold, and beautiful mean to you all?
I think it means confidence.
Also becoming better than you were doing. Always working towards doing better each day. Becoming better you. Working at doing better than your parents. Our parents love us and of course they sacrifice for us, but like, you always want to do better than the previous generation, right? You want to build generational wealth. So if your family made like this much, you make sure you make so much more, right? You make sure you really are your ancestors' wildest dreams. Make sure everyone who marched was shy, everyone who's a martyr for us, that they are smiling in their graves, not like turning over.
Yeah.
But I think also for me, like what makes being black, bold, and beautiful is I'm not a risk taker. I'm not a daredevil. I'm very stick by the book. I'm afraid of making mistakes. I'm afraid of how it can affect my income and my future family. But I think it's about taking risks and being a daredevil. Being bold has to do with building generational wealth. You have to be bold to be willing to put money aside, knowing that you might need that money. Right. Or to start a retirement account, knowing that, okay, I'm thinking about money 40 years on the line. What if I want it in 5 years? I think patience has a lot to do with it too. So I think being black, bold, and beautiful is just always making like the ancestors happy and making your family happy and like just thinking about making the continent happy.
We just started ambassadorship recently with this boutique, Gem Eyes Retail, and she was saying that she's tired of putting into someone else's dreams. She was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stop what I'm doing. She's like, I'm gonna put my all into my boutique. I'm gonna put my all into my retail stores. Well, girls was saying, like, why are we helping someone else's dream to become a reality when we could help our dream to become a reality? Being bold is all about that. If you have a business, maybe you quit your full-time job so you can focus on your business. It's scary as heck because there's bills, there's responsibilities. This is America. You don't pay your light bill, you don't have light. You don't pay your house bill or your apartment bill. It's about taking those risks.
It's necessary risks.
Yeah, and patience too, because you know that if you're starting a new business, nothing is gonna just take off. Well, unless you're one of those lucky unicorns. Kudos to you. But it's patience. You know what? I'm not where I want to be in a year, but guess what? If you just kept working at it, you could have been where you wanted to be in the next year, the next day.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I do thank you guys for joining me on the podcast. Thank you for your time. I had a great time. I hope you guys did as well.
We did.
Thank you guys so much. This is the Gene Twins. You can follow them on Instagram. Make sure you're following them on YouTube as well. Once again, I thank you guys. You guys have a great day.
You too. Thank you so much, Ashley.
No problem. You guys have a great one.
You too. Bye.